All right, let's go ahead and solve these linear inequalities today. Okay, we're going to start with this one where it says 3 less than -5n plus 2n. So the first thing you should notice automatically is there are two n's in this. And the idea is, can we actually combine them? Well, check it out. I've got -5n's and I'm adding 2n's to it. So what is -5 plus 2? That's going to give us, well, -3. So I'm going to write 3 is less than, these combine to be -3n. So I'm going to write 3 is less than -3n. Now at this point, and we've combined our like terms, we're going to go ahead and find out how can we get n by itself. So I'm going to look, I say -3 is attached by multiplication. So the best way to get rid of multiplication is to, well, it's to divide. So I'm going to divide by -3. That is the inverse of multiplication. So I'm going to divide out by -3. And when I do that, we're going to go ahead and have some things cancel out. Check it out. 3 divided by -3 is -1. Okay, -3 divided by -3 is +1. And then I have this n that is right there. Now the question is, well, what happens is inequality? Well, remember, we are dividing by a negative. So there is a negative. So we're multiplying, we're dividing by a negative. So when we divide by that negative, if you remember, it is going to flip the inequality. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to take that inequality and I am going to flip it the other way. So I have to flip because of the negative. So now what I've got is -1 is greater than 1 times n, which is just simply n. Now, when we do this, we are going to be graphing it. There's our inequality as our answer, but we're also going to go ahead and check it out and graph our answer. So we do this simply. I put 0, I put 1, I put 2, put -1, I put -2, maybe even -3. And put some numbers on there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask myself, okay, I'm starting at -1. Okay, we're going to start at -1. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask myself the question, okay? First of all, is it filled in or not? Okay, well, there's no equals. And if there's no equals, it is an open circle. Okay, and then what we're going to say is we're going to say what is happening. -1 is greater than n. So what that means is if -1 is greater than n is always smaller or less than -1. So what are numbers that are less than -1? Well, -2, -3, -4, 5, 6, and all the way down to -infinity. So our answers would be shaded to the left. Now, of course, we can go ahead and check this on Desmos just to prove it. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to type in our equation, which is 3 less than -5n. Oops, -5n plus 2n. And we'll see if it registers. Sometimes it does. It's not going to in this case. So instead of using n's, I'm going to change them out to x's. And I change it out to x's and check it out. Look what happens. Our answer of -1 happens. Graphically, it's a dashed line. So that's going to tell you that it's an open circle. And we just go towards the shaded region. And it just keeps going and going and going. And that's how we would do that graphically. All right, y'all, I hope that helps out. We've done it algebraically. We've done it, we've set our solution set as a number line, and then we've also checked graphically using some technology, Desmos. All right, hope that helps out. Y'all have a great day.